People say dogs can see things people can't, and that a dog's tooth can ward off bad things. If a dog suddenly starts barking at one spot for no reason, you'd better pay attention. This happened to my goofy buddy Kai when he was in elementary school. His parents worked away from home, so he lived with his grandmother in the countryside. The family got him a puppy for company. Kai loved the dog, carried him around all the time, and named him Bobo. A year later, Bobo was gentle, had never bitten anyone, and usually greeted people by wagging his tail. One morning, Kai was playing with him in the courtyard when Grandma came back from buying vegetables, helping an elderly woman through the gate. She looked about 70 or 80, wore traditional-looking clothes, and seemed very weak. Kai asked, "Grandma, who is she?" Before Grandma answered, Bobo started barking. He growled, bared his teeth, and pulled toward the woman. Kai held him back, afraid he might bite her. Grandma quickly helped the woman inside, while Bobo kept barking at her back. She rested on the kang, a heated brick bed, while Grandma made her noodles. The woman only ate a few mouthfuls and said she had no appetite. She had come to find relatives, but they had moved away and she couldn't contact them. She got so anxious that she fainted. She thanked Grandma and asked if she could stay one night and leave the next day. Kai heard this from outside. He felt sorry for her, though he thought she seemed a little strange. Bobo still bared his teeth and growled whenever he saw her. Kai had been home all morning. Now that Grandma was back, he could finally go out, so he took Bobo to the river and played there until sunset. When they came home, it was getting dark. Kai opened the gate and saw the old woman crouching beside Bobo's kennel. He couldn't tell what she was doing. When she heard him, she looked flustered, stood up quickly, and greeted him in a rough, hoarse voice that Kai found unpleasant. Bobo started barking wildly. The woman seemed frightened and hurried inside. Kai thought that was a little strange. The woman seemed afraid of Bobo, and Bobo clearly couldn't stand her. But he didn't think much more about it. He was hungry, so he went inside to eat. Bobo lowered his head and ate from his bowl too. Later, Kai found Bobo lying on the ground with hardly any energy. A few hours earlier, he had been running around by the river. Kai thought maybe Bobo had gotten cold while they were playing and felt guilty. Back then, pet hospitals weren't very common, so if a dog got sick, there usually wasn't much you could do except let it rest and hope it got better. Grandma kept telling Kai to go to bed, so eventually he went inside. But that night, something happened. Sometime after midnight, Kai heard a repeated slurping sound in his room. He tried to open his eyes, but his eyelids were too heavy. Then Bobo barked a few times. Kai knew the sound and managed to open his eyes. There seemed to be a dark shape beside him, and his arm felt itchy and sore. He turned his head. The old woman was sitting beside the bed, gripping his arm. When she lifted her head, Kai saw a mouthful of sharp teeth and blood-red eyes. She had been bent over his arm, sucking on it. Kai was still just a kid. He started crying and shouting for help. Bobo was standing in the doorway. He rushed in and bit the old woman hard on the arm. She tried to shake him off, but Bobo refused to let go. Eventually, she broke free and ran outside, with Bobo chasing after her. Kai looked through the window and saw the same woman who had needed Grandma's help to walk that morning jump over the courtyard wall. Kai had just breathed a sigh of relief when Bobo staggered and collapsed. He rushed outside, but Bobo was already dying. Kai later said that was the saddest thing he had ever been through. He couldn't believe Bobo was really dead. One of Bobo's teeth had come loose during the struggle. Kai picked it up and kept that tooth with him from then on.